J.W. Nigerian with the Commercial Real Estate Professional Investor Group, and we have with us Leo Manriquez from the Commercial Real Estate Distressed Assets Association, also Commercial Asset Management and ALB Commercial Capital. And today we're interviewing Marc Insul. Hi Marc, how you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
And he's the owner, president, CEO of Commercial Asset Preservation. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you guys work with banks and receivers and deal with mainly, what's it, the maintenance of vacant and...
We are focused exclusively on maintaining vacant and abandoned buildings.
Okay.
Typically, that's describing a vacant building would be a building that is 25% or less occupied. So it's majority vacated space.
Okay. And we're at the GreenPearl event. This is the Distressed Assets Summit. Mm-hmm. And you're speaking here today, correct?
I am. I'm hosting a roundtable later on today.
Oh, great. Okay. And what are you speaking about?
Primarily the handling of vacated and abandoned property. What is the best way to handle that property? What is the best way to ensure that the property continues to maintain value, that the property doesn't endanger itself by creating life safety issues, mm-hmm. Leading to a potential of a bad name for the property owner, mm-hmm. As a bad landlord, and also so that the property is not a property that continually subjects itself to vandalism.
Okay. And what states do you work in mainly?
We cover the entire United States.
Oh, okay. Totally national. Okay. Yeah. And let me ask you, are you busy?
We are busy and growing. We are. This is it's an exciting time for a business like mine. There is a good deal of vacated commercial real estate that needs to be handled, that needs to be taken care of to satisfy some of the requirements both of the municipalities in which the property is located,
right.
And also to help ensure that the bank has an asset that when they're ready to sell and when there's a buyer for that property has not declined in any way and lost value because of subjecting itself to vandalism.
Right. And so do you have offices all over the United States? Or
we don't have offices. We utilize a network of contractors that provide the services. So it's all a network of agents providing us services in all 50 states.
Great.
Which markets do you find are actually the most distressed, that you're actually doing most of your work out of?
Geographically?
Yeah.
There is the majority of work that we've seen, I shouldn't say the majority, but the highest concentration of work we've seen has been in the states of Florida and Arizona. You know, there's obviously distressed property in the Midwest, and there's plenty there. But from what we've seen from our clients thus far, those states have been pretty heavy. But you know, there's other states that are very close behind as far as quantity of work
Sure.
that we're seeing.
Is this an issue of some states or some places don't have the money to keep these things serviced and preserved?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I think that what may be occurring, particularly with Florida and Arizona, is that those properties are much more attractive from a sellable standpoint, mm-hmm. so that our clients figure that if they put the investment in and protect that property, they can probably turn that in a fairly quick amount of time.
Right.
Based in Cleveland, you know, and seeing some of the Midwestern cities, unfortunately, those properties there's not as many buyers for. So I think that oftentimes, and unfortunately so, those properties tend to get neglected for a longer period of time.
Right.
Is there certain specific property types that you're seeing more of? Retail, office?
No, we've seen virtually everything. Someone asked me the other day, they said, I bet you haven't seen a dairy farm, and that was probably the only thing we haven't seen. But we've gotten vacant land, office, industrial, warehouse, multifamily, hospitality. I don't know if I said retail, but retail as well.
You know, I think a lot of the people come to these events trying to figure out, well, you know, how do we get to these assets? And you have these clients coming to you, mm-hmm. and you mentioned the receivers, the lenders, or a whole slew. Is there any one particular group where you find that you get most of your business from?
No, we've spread it around pretty well. It's not been heavily concentrated. You know, there's There are obviously certain institutions that have a greater concentration of this product, but you know, it's not been focused in any one particular area for us thus far.
Well, I see you everywhere. I've been to a few events, and you guys are very active.
We're trying to get the word out there, and it's a new and unique product, and we know there's a need. Our clients told us there's a need, and we're trying to service that need and make them aware of what we can do for them.
Great. So how can somebody get a hold of you if they're a receiver or a bank or somebody who's interested in just...
They can contact us on, or they can look for us on the web at www.commercialpreservation.com. Mm-hmm. They can reach out to me via email at Insul, that's INSULM, at commercialpreservation.com, mm-hmm. or call me in my office at 216-765-1220.
Great. Okay. Again, this is J.W. Nigerian and Leo Manriquez, and we're talking to Marc Insul of Commercial Asset Preservation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, very nice to meet you.
All right.